You know, that manifesto is about what people often call the green blood, from the color of the bottle and the color of the label. That is where it's coming from. And what is making us tick. And it's very difficult to define. It's a kind of a pride and the joy that it gives us. Don't do it for necessarily for the money. Yeah. People ask for purpose because we live perhaps lives where, purpose is lacking. We have been going through times, and I think we still are, but we are rediscovering the merit of the long term. I think it's the essential. That's when you use the word sustainability, it's fundamentally to say if you continue doing things that do not work, they are unsustainable. Sustainable means you can do it in the future. The thirst for purpose is very much linked, I think, to the fact that over the last few years we have been so focused on short term, and that intuitively people want to have where do we go and why do we do it for? And that is, I think, where the thirst of purpose is coming from. Every single word of it, because they are all complements to each other. It's not the first phrase necessarily. It's all of it in combination. Of course, if you cannot bring people together, but you bring people together because you make a great product, otherwise you have nothing of all of it. I think every phrase counts. Running a successful company for so long time, generation after generation, is the produce of being very coherent, of making all pieces work together. That's how it is. So you cannot say one is more important than the other. Therefore you make a manifesto. It's short but long enough to say it all. We Are Heineken is very much connected to a business strategy also. The passion for quality is necessary to bring great products to the market. The fact that you bring consumers together for a moment of joy will immediately also imply that you have a great story to tell about your products. That means that you have to bring a good marketing story forward. Our sustainability agenda is totally embedded in the manifesto, as well as is our commitment for safety, for example, as well as is our commitment for responsible drinking. That's all embedded in the manifesto, and you find it back also in the business strategy. And it has not to say that we are not a competitive animal. We want to win. This company wants to win. We are not a charity organization, we are a commercial organization. We sell beer, we sell cider, and we want to win. We want to gain market share, we want to have a good business, and we want to grow. And it's all legitimate. But at the same time, we have to make sure that all what we do is sustainable, that we don't damage the environment, that we don't damage the consumer who buys our product. That is very important, that people continue to enjoy our product, as they have been doing in the past. I think that is what we do it for, that we also anticipate of what can come next. We all have in common across the world that we sell that unique brand Heineken. And in a way that is what unites us beyond all the barriers of language. And we all have local portfolios, which we are very proud of. We have more than 250 different beer brands across the world, and we're all very proud of them. But the Heineken brand is the one that we sell everywhere, and that's the one that unites us. The diversity is a richness to our company. Not only the diversity of our brand portfolio, but also of our people portfolio, if I may call it like that. We operate in 179 countries. We sell Heineken in 179 countries. We operate breweries in 86 countries. We have people from all over the world working for Heineken. So the world is our domain and the world is our company, if you will. And so we have to tap in all different corners of the world. That's what we call diversity. It's a richness. A manifesto has to transcend cultures. The way we are Heineken is not a Dutch thing. It's not a European thing. It's also an African thing. It is a Latin American thing. It's an Asian thing. It's a Russian thing. I think people from all over the world should relate to We Are Heineken in their own way. Everybody can express it in its own words, put its own fantasy into it. It's important that people recognize who we are Heineken, and you can put it in your own style. What I do want to avoid, though, is that every single company tries to reinvent a formal manifesto in its own words. I think every individual in the company can express and live it in its own style and words, but this very short memo of 15 sentences is what should unite us across the company. No, I have had lots of goosebump moments in the company, but they all related to interaction with people. And they had all to do with moments of success that we had together. And then the other goosebump moments were the moments you had to leave. You know, when you have had an international career and you leave a country and you go for another country, and every time you leave, it's kind of a very emotional moment to leave the people you work with. Especially when you together had success, that is something you never forget. And these human connections, they are real. It's the one you really make on a daily basis with the people you work with, and the people to encounter. If you don't like people, don't work for Heineken. That's what I can tell you.